Okay, we're getting ready for our next camping trip, and we want to treat this one a little differently. We've got a big trip planned next month, so we want this trip to be proof of concept. Everything's ready as much as possible. So today, we're leaving late tonight, but today I want to just get as much things ready as possible of the odds and ends, and let's go through them now. Getting the battery case done. All right, new battery case for the old 12-volt battery we had from Costco. Nice and secure, so job done. I want a better way of connecting the canoe to the roof of the truck that doesn't have as much overhang over the front of the window. I find that there's a lot more air drag when that's the case, so I want to mount it further back. Giving it a nice cross brace at the top with coated screws, galvanized bolts down here. Should last the entire trip, and then some. Next thing on the list, we picked up this really large Husky tote. I want to put all the baby's gear inside here so we can clear up the back seat. For our big long trip, I want to be able to put someone in the back seat with the baby if need be, and I'm hoping that this can take care of all the externals as far as play equipment, chairs, things like that. We'll see how it fits. If not, I might have to get something bigger still. We're also adding a few extra supplies to the camper. Some rolling levelers, just to make it easier when we're pulling into places. We want to more quickly level the trailer out. Number 2 is a torque wrench, so you can make sure these lug nuts are tight. I've never done that, and it's been over a full year since I've checked them, so I'll do that now. Because I'm making myself an extension cord for the solar panel, but I picked up this connector piece from the RV store, and I am going to add it to some outdoor extension cord cables that I have, splice it and connect them, and I should end up with hopefully a safe extension cord for the solar panel. I did quite a thick wrap of this, not because I'm using it to protect for the electricity, but using it to just reinforce the tape so that this wire doesn't get beat up over time. We'll try that out. I'll use the voltage meter on the campsite to see if it is actually giving me the same output as if I didn't use it, and we'll see if that's going to work out. He's like trying hard to just get in the fire. Get me in the fire. I want inside the fire. Are you trying to get in the fire? Are you trying to get in the fire? You're trying to get in the fire, aren't you? Silly guy. Alright, we're camping. It's raining. But, see, we got this all set up. Griffin's in the back, underneath the cover. We got the fire going. It's pretty comfy now that we've got this whole setup. But you can hear that it's actually coming down pretty good. It's supposed to be just raining today, and after that, no more. So, this is a pretty good setup for the rain, though. He's under cover. Works out well.
So you need a fishing license, and then if you catch a bass, then I guess you can ask for dinner.
Day 1 at Cultus, Canada Day long weekend. The campsite's fully booked. We had a friend that we wanted to come join us. They are hoping they can come get a site. There's a bunch of no-shows happening. Normally, your site is given away if you're not here by 11 a.m. the day after your booking. Because it's a long weekend, we tried to do that for a friend who wanted to come and join us for just one night. But they couldn't get a site because over long weekends, people aren't allowed to book one night out of the long weekend. They have to book all 3. So if there is a late show arrival or a no-show, they don't give away your site because you didn't have the option of only booking one night. You had to book all 3. It's a little complicated, but it means that even if someone doesn't show up for the site on the long weekend, they can't re-rent it. definitely smells like pot. It is Canada Day.
Yes, it's Canada Day weekend.
Yeah.
It kind of looks smoky even. Oh, maybe it's in the sunglasses, but
It's a little hazy.
I feel like a bad Canadian because we didn't bring a Canada flag and it's Canada Day weekend. And you look all around this campsite and everyone has Canada Day flags all over their tents, their trucks. One site we counted 28 flags and we have 0.
28 flags in one site. So I think as Canadians, the important thing is that we feel sorry about it. So I think we're doing okay.
That's how we celebrate Canada Day.
How you feeling to be prepped for our big trip coming up?
I think we're there.
Yeah, I think we're actually in pretty good shape. We did a lot of planning. We took an entire day to get out here for this trip. And we thought we'd be out here early, and we got here at 10 p.m. and we realized that we just needed to do a lot of work. So we have a ton of stuff ready to go. We got a new tote. We got a new tote for the kids' stuff. We've got a crib in the camper. We have, what else do we do?
Did the battery?
We got a new battery. We got an extension cord for the solar panel. We put our clothes directly. We packed our clothes directly into the camper instead of putting them in luggage bags.
The only thing left is just little details like the right size bins in the cabinets
For our clothes.
Yeah. And maybe for like reorganizing a couple of other bins that have kitchen supplies in them. And we mentioned we wanted tongs today for something.
Yeah, some tongs and like a spaghetti fork, like spaghetti serving fork.
And maybe some shelves in the big tall cabinets.
Yeah.
So there's still a couple things.
A few things, but I think I really feel ready this time. Like we loaded the truck up. We were probably really at our maximum weight, but we're pretty good. Oh, there's baby. Hi, Jane. Hi, Jane. This is very backlit and it doesn't know how to expose properly. Settled in now for Canada today. We've had some friends come and visit. We've got friends down the road. The fire's going really hardcore right now. Yeah, just sitting relaxing. I think we're gonna go for another hike and we've completely unpacked. Everything's looking pretty good. We're staying in Maple Bay, campsite number 15. Can't give you a tour of everything, but I can definitely show you this one. And I'll tell you, it is a long driveway, this site. It's pretty big. We've got the trailer, the camper, the truck, gazebo. We had a friend in a tent in their car in here. Lots of space. The neighbors are very far away. On the one side, you can't even see them. They're more than a whole campsite. There could be easily another campsite in between here and the next site. Tons of space. On the other side, a little bit closer still, but still plenty of space. We don't see them anyway because that's where our camper is. The only downside is that we are kind of close to the road. So if you go all the way to the back of the site, you see a bridge there. Sometimes during the early morning there's a bit more traffic and you hear the different vehicles going over the bridge. You hear that da-dunk, da-dunk as they cross over the bridge. So that's the one downside, but other than that, this might be one of our favorite sites. And I think this whole run of sites, 15, 19, 21 are some of the best ones to be had around here. If you are looking at it, that's the positives and negatives for site 15. I thought we'd do a quick tour of all of our camping gear, the camper, the truck, and all the different pieces we pulled together just to sort of make what camping is for us. So I'll just try and go through it real quick. We got all the standard stuff like one camping cooler. This is going to be for things like drinks, hot dogs, things you want to access really quickly. All the other stuff is in the fridge inside the camper. Full-size propane tank, which we use for our camp stove. All your regular pots and pans, coffee maker, that sort of thing. We also use the camp stove for our propane fire pit if we decide we ever need it, because there could be a fire ban or it could be too rainy for firewood, so we like to keep that with us as well. The truck itself is a Honda Ridgeline. It works out really well because we wanted the full-size back seat. It's a smaller box in the back here, but still we fit everything. I had firewood covered in the back from the beginning. And one of the reasons I really like it is it has this trunk access in the bed of the truck, so you can put things in here. So right now the stroller fits in there just perfect with a little bit of space to spare. I've added this back rack onto the back of the truck so that the canoe can sit on the truck a little bit further back than normal. I feel like that makes the truck a lot smoother on the highways as far as the canoe catching air. We also have a canopy. This is just your standard 11 by 11 kind of water resistant canopy. Standard camping chairs. I like to keep 4 to 5 chairs so that we can have company. One of the prep things we did for our big trip coming up is make an extension cord. So I've got it plugged in here. And I made it about 20, 25 feet, something along that. Got it running all the way down over to here, but this site has very little direct sun in it. So it doesn't do well with the solar panel. I have to move it every 5 minutes just to get it in the sun. And as you can see, there's only little patches of sunlight. You really want nice, bright spots. The extension cord is not quite long enough to really utilize the solar panel for this particular site, because it's so well treed in. For the baby, we've got a few different items. We've got this outdoor playpen. Basically, it's a nice little play yard for him to roll around in. It's nice and big. We have a friend that has the same one, and she's 1.5. It's good for a slightly older kid too, so this is working out well so far. For him, we also have the stroller and car seat. We bring that with us as well. You never know when you want to go for a walk with the baby and let him fall asleep. We also have for the baby this camping high chair. First time using it this time, and it seems to work really well. I think he's just big enough for it, and there's still space for him to grow into it still. So this should work out well also. We also have this chair right here. It is a stand-up chair, so that when he doesn't want to be laying down, he can be playing in this chair here. It works really well. We have, for all his gear, we've picked up this Husky tote. Basically it just holds, it's just big enough for the outdoor playpen, the seat, his other little tent, which we don't have right now. But basically all his gear, I wanted to not have it in the back seat. I wanted to keep the back seat open. So we've decided to put this in the back of the truck. And for us, this one is 170 liters. 45 inches long, 20 inches wide, and 18 inches in height. So just big enough for what we need. This is one item that doesn't fit in the tote. This one does have to go in the back seat. But this is his little tent if we ever want to set him down in some shade and just let him sleep or play. We have a table, multi-purpose table we use here. It's recently become a change table, but we use it for anything we want. Good cooking station if you don't have a picnic table already, and we just got this guy from Costco. It just folds up. Next, we'll just go through the truck, or go through the camper. This camper is, what is this, Viking? It's a 16 FB, so FB being front bed. So the bed's up at the front. Let's do a little tour, as well as I can show you the baby crib that we made. Right in the front, we have the regular kids bed. We've converted it into a baby crib. Just homemade wooden box, stained and lacquered so that it's nice and smooth. So the crib is homemade from 1/8 inch Luan from just the home center. Project board on the outside to give it a rigid frame. I screwed and glued that all together in 4 separate panels, and then just mounted the panels together inside here just with screws just to keep it secure. So really straightforward design. I was able to just knock it out pretty quick. Really the staining and the lacquering takes the most amount of time. I made it to be this right size for the mattress pieces that came with the camper, so they actually fit in here. Very firm mattress, and then a basic crib sheet over top of that mattress. Not quite the right size, but it's pretty close, so that works out well. For the baby monitor, we picked up this guy from Amazon. Battery powered. We had a hard time finding battery powered baby monitors, so that was really useful. We can recharge that. Main bed behind that. Your standard fridge, stove, sink, all the basics. There's storage all the way around the top of the bed, all the way back to the door. Lots of storage there. The bathroom, really standard again. Has a little shower. I haven't tried that yet. And then back by the back door, we have another closet for hanging your coats. Another cupboard above, and shoes down below. I guess that really finishes off the tour of the RV. If you want any more detail, let me know. I can go through it slower.
It was such a beautiful drive up here.
Yeah.
Was it traffic jams? Not too bad. I took what was that?
Good morning. It's the last day of camping, our Canada Day trip, and we are getting ready to pack up and go. We'd really like to beat the rush of the dump station. I've heard it can be a 45-minute wait if you take your time, so I'd love to get out there before that, but I'm also not in any hurry to really move very quickly, so we'll have to balance those two things out. But in any case, it's been a really good trip. We really put the camper to its proper paces this time. We were out for 4 days. We got all the gear. We used it all. We unpacked it all. We even got the canoe in the water, which is the first thing I have to bathe this morning. So yeah, it's been a really good camping trip. So it's time to put the baby down and get moving on cleaning up. It's the end of the weekend. We're packed up. Baby's asleep in the car. Christy's doing one little last thing, and we are ready to roll. Bye-bye. Yay, stick.